everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video I'm building another multi-unit lot. I know that at some point I'm going to have to go back to just regular single or one unit lots, just like regular family homes and things like that. But for now I'm still just very much enjoying building multi-unit lots because it just basically opens a whole new world of possibilities. There are so many new things that I can do, so many new things to explore, to build, to kind of just figure out and have fun with. So for now, I am still building multi-unit lots, and for today's video, I'm working on a trailer park that I built in the world of Brindleton Bay. So this is, Brindleton Bay is the world that came with the Cats and Dogs expansion pack, and this is on that square lot all the way in the upper neighborhood of Brindleton Bay. I think there is a dog park there by default as well in this neighborhood, not on this lot. It's the neighborhood where the vet clinic is located. That's where I built this lot, so it's basically on the edge of town, which I really like. You can really see that well, you can't really see it right now, but there are fields on the side, in the distance, and it's just really pretty. It's next to this road, and I thought it was the perfect little spot to build a cute trailer park and make it snowy and Christmas. So that's what I did. I started off building this lot without snow on the lot because that way you can just see a little bit better what you're doing. You can see the terrain paint because obviously when it's snowy, you can't really see what you're doing when it comes to terrain paint and stuff like that. It's a really it's a little bit more difficult to landscape basically. So I decided to just get started here on the grass and figure out the layout for the lot, to do a little bit of landscaping, but mostly create some pathways so that when the snow melts, there is still going to be some landscaping there. There's still going to be some pathways with terrain paint and just some little details so that it won't look as bad when the snow melts. There's probably going to be some weird little mistakes because I did do landscaping after I made it snowy, and I placed a whole bunch of just plants, but also planter boxes and just little benches and things like that outside in the snow. So I'm sure that once the snow melts, some things will look a little bit odd compared to where the pathway is. For example, maybe some things will be overlapping where you don't want them to, stuff like that. That's kind of what I suspect is going to happen once the snow melts, but I wanted there to be some sort of a little outline for you to work off of if that is something that you're interested in at all. So yeah, here you can see I was creating the little pathways, trying to outline it with these little lights so that when it comes to landscaping and placing items in the snow, I could still kind of tell where the pathway would be. I thought that was pretty smart. Someone on stream actually suggested that because I did build this over on stream. So someone actually suggested that I do a little outline of lights for the pathway, and I thought that was really smart. But here you can see I have made it snowy, and I also placed a nice little Christmas tree in the middle of the whole trailer park, middle space situation. I was gonna say square. It's not really a square because, this is just built in a more rustic environment. It's not really city-like or town-like. I guess it's town-like, but it's very rustic. And so these little trailers that I'm building, I'm curious if other people would also consider these houses trailer homes, because it's not necessarily trailers on wheels. It's almost more like little tiny houses in a little community is what I went for, but in a way where, to me, I would still call these trailer homes. They're mobile homes, I guess, except they're not really on wheels at the moment. So let me know if you would call these things trailer homes as well, but that's kind of what I was going for. So they're basically little tiny homes in a community. There is 5 of them total. I hadn't even mentioned that yet, but yes, there's 5 of these total. They're really small. 3 of them have 1 bedroom and 2 of them have 2 bedrooms. So you could have a couple of little families living in these 2-bedroom ones, and then for the rest in the 1-bedroom ones, I guess you could have single sims or couples. Maybe if you adjust the bedrooms so that they have single beds, you could have roommates living in there maybe, or maybe a couple of students. I did go through and decorate all of these tiny houses because I want to say thank you so much for all the love on the Tomarang townhouses that I uploaded last week. And I actually only furnished one of them in the video. Did I furnish two of them total? I think I only furnished one of them. Maybe I did two. I'm not exactly remembering. But a lot of you were like, I would love to see if you did all of them, if you created a little mini series, and I hear you. So that is something I'm working on. I'm furnishing the rest of them as well, and I will upload those as separate videos. But all of that to say that I did go through and furnish all of these tiny houses, or these trailer homes. I did go through and decorate all of them. I only recorded two because otherwise that's the problem with these multi-unit lots. I want to go through and decorate everything, but if I want to put everything in the video, then all my videos are going to be like an hour long, and that is just too much. So, or unless you're very interested in watching very long speed builds, then maybe I can make an exception and I can try to do like a bigger lot or like an apartment building and like furnish everything and just have it be a very long video. But I feel like a lot of people, I mean, an hour-long video is pretty long, you know? Maybe it's just a little bit too much. So for my speed builds, I try to keep it down to like 30 minutes most. Sometimes it goes a little bit over, like that happens a lot, but I try to keep like 30 minutes as like kind of what I'm aiming for, but sometimes sometimes it goes a little longer than that, which is fine. But if I were to decorate all of these tiny houses in the video, then this video would be extremely long. So I decided to only record two, and then I did go through, like I said, and furnish the rest of them as well. So at the end of the speed build, I will do a little tour in real time, and I will show you all five of these trailer homes decorated and all. So yes, they're all ready for you to just like put it in your game and, you know, have families move in, have it as a residential, is that what it's called? Residential rental. That's the word. Yes, that's what it is. That is the new law trait that came with the For Rent expansion pack. So obviously all of this, I forgot to mention that in the beginning, but all of this is obviously still very much inspired by the For Rent expansion pack with all the multi-unit lots. And a trailer home is something I've been wanting to do. It's been on my list ever since For Rent was announced, basically, because I've definitely done little trailer homes before. I've built them in Strangerville. That's one of my favorite areas to build trailer houses, and I've also done them in Oasis Springs, which I always really enjoy. But for this one, I was like, you know what, let's go a different route. Let's not build it in a hot climate, but let's actually make it wintry, because as you're probably aware, Christmas is coming up, and I haven't even done a single build in the snow this year. I don't know what's going on, but for some reason, the holiday season is sneaking up on me this year. Time is going so incredibly fast. It's probably also because at the beginning of December, I took two shorter trips, but I was away. And all of a sudden, Christmas is here, and I haven't even done a single Christmas-themed build or build in the snow for that matter. And usually I'm way early with these things because I'm always super excited about the season. Same goes for fall. Like I can't help myself. My first fall builds are here in August. Like that just happens all the time. And the same goes for my wintry builds. Like I'll have wintry builds at the start of November. Like, you know, it's a little crazy, but that's what I enjoy doing. But this year I haven't even done a single snowy build. So I was like, you know what? Let's combine my trailer park idea that was on my to-do list, or on my wanting to build list, basically. And let's combine it with the Christmassy, wintry vibe. So that's what I did for this one. As you can see, I used this skating rink from Seasons that I thought was such a cute little community activity and something fun to build the trailer park basically around. And I do think that this skating rink actually changes automatically into a roller skating rink depending on the season you're in. And that had me slightly worried because I think that the roller skating rink is a fall activity and the ice skating rink is a winter activity. So it has me worried, like, will the ice skating rink actually disappear? Like, will the game like delete it once it's not in season anymore? I hope not, but if it does that, you can easily go through the seasons. I think it's live edit, or I think it's in hidden objects maybe. It's under activities in the catalog, or outdoor activities, I think, or outdoor items. I'm not exactly sure, but if you have the seasons pack, you can just kind of find this in the catalog. I think if you have the show hidden objects cheat activated, you can just kind of find it and place it to your heart's content. So that's what I did for this build as well. And I tried to place cute little activities. I put a fire pit and I put a grill and a bunch of picnic tables, because I was definitely imagining these people being very close-knit, like a little like close-knit community living in this trailer park, and everyone is like looking out for each other, everyone's friendly, basically like a little family. Maybe you can even have like different households but that are still part of the same family, like the same family tree, but like separate households live in the trailer homes. I think that would be really cute as well. So yeah, I was definitely trying to go through and make it very detailed with all the roof little details. I placed some solar panels, which it doesn't really work in the wintertime because they're all snowed over. But I think that like if you want to use this in your game, I think it's like, of course I'm making it wintry and snowy, but I still want it to be functional in all the other seasons, you know? So that's kind of what I tried to keep in mind and what I thought would be realistic as well. But yeah, here you can see I'm just working on some landscaping, placing some planter boxes and some other bushes and plants. And like I said, I'm not sure where the pathway is at this point. So I might be placing things on top of the pathway where you don't want them to, but you know, as soon as the snow melts, I think it's very easy to adjust. And one thing I also really wanted to do, because it's all wintry and cutesy and cozy, I wanted to place a lot of like string lights, fairy lights. So I went through and placed a bunch of those little fairy lights or string lights, whatever you want to call them, throughout as well to make it look very cozy in the dark. And I think I succeeded. I think it turned out really cute. And then this first trailer home that we're decorating is a 1-bedroom trailer home. And I actually decorated this one for an elderly sim. It doesn't have to be an elderly sim, but that's kind of what I had in mind. A single elderly sim who is a cat lady, or not a lady. Doesn't necessarily have to be a lady, just like a cat person. But when I say cat lady, you all know the vibe I'm going for, and that's exactly what I tried to do. So this trailer home is definitely a little bit on the older side of things, maybe even, well, maybe a little bit run down. Not necessarily, like I didn't go through and make it gross with like wall stains and mold and stuff like that, but I just kind of made it look outdated. You can see that we have this dark green carpet and this very old little TV, and then we have a record player, which actually is a very trendy record player. I have one of those myself, like exactly that one in a different color. We have that in the house. They're very trendy, but still, I was kind of imagining that it would be like an older record player. So I basically tried to make this look a little bit on the 90s kind of side of it all. Like it's definitely a little bit 90s inspired, I want to say, now that I'm thinking about it. I wasn't really thinking about it in that way when I was actually decorating this, but now that I'm looking back at the footage, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely a little bit 90s inspired. So that's what I went with, and of course I had to put a Christmas tree in the corner, so that's what I did, a Christmas tree ready to be decorated. I love that tree. I like the trees from Seasons. I think, is this one from Seasons or is this one from the free holiday pack? I'm not exactly sure, but I like this not finished, not decorated tree for some reason. I like this one better than the fully decorated one from Seasons, which is odd. I like that one a lot too, but this one I just really like the color. I feel like it looks a little bit more toned down and a little bit more real, for it, if that makes any sense. I'm not exactly sure, but I really like that that not decorated tree. So I placed that here, and it also makes it look kind of lively because you can really see that the Sims are like living in this space and they're still working on setting up the Christmas tree. I feel like it just looks so lively and realistic. And then obviously I had to put a huge cat tree in the corner because I just had the perfect little spot for it right there where I placed it. And I was thinking that this lady would have, or this person, sorry, would have like 3, 4, maybe 5 cats living in this house, which is a lot, but you know, a small house with just one Sim, you're going to have enough space for a few cats. I think that would actually be really cute. So that's what I was thinking. And I was obviously going with a lot of green for the color scheme in this house as well. So that's what I did, and I really tried to make it look a little bit more on the 90s side of things. Like I already said, I use a lot of darker wood tones, and then here I use this kitchen from Parenthood. I haven't used this one in a little bit because we got a few really good new kitchen sets over the past few months. We got one with Home Chef Hustle, and then we got one with For Rent as well. So I've been really enjoying using the new kitchens a lot, but for this one I was like, you know what, this Parenthood one actually looks perfect. And I used this one for one or two other trailer homes in this build as well. I think one, but it's not one I recorded, I know that for sure. So we'll see that once we move on to actually like the tour portion of the video. Sorry, I just had to readjust. My foot is asleep. You know the feeling when your foot is just like asleep? Is that the term in English too? I think so too. I think it is. It's so weird, like when I start thinking about it, when I say something, I'm like, is that how you say it in English or is that how you say it in Dutch? And I just like literally translated it and it makes no sense. But I think it's, you still say in English that your foot is asleep, and that's what's happening to my foot right now. It's really annoying, but it'll go away if I just like, you know, wiggle it a little bit. It'll probably be fine. But here you can see I'm decorating the kitchen, and I just really like how the layout for this trailer home came together. It's very simple. Oh, and I do know, please don't yell at me, I know that this toilet situation makes no sense. I placed the toilet against the vent because I put a little vent or air conditioning unit on the outside of the window for the exterior because I thought it looked so cute there, and it happened to be in the bathroom, and I thought I could work with it, but then when it actually came down to decorating the bathroom, I was like, oh, that's a little silly, but I just ran with it anyway because I really liked how that little AC unit looked from the exterior, so I didn't want to delete it, so I had to place a toilet against it, which I know makes no sense. That's going to be really cold. There's going to be a nice airflow when you're sitting on the toilet. And it makes no sense, but I couldn't get rid of the vent because I just really like how it looked on the exterior, and I know that's ridiculous and I know it makes no sense, but that's just how it works in my brain, okay? I'm like, this is The Sims. It's fine. They can have a toilet against a vent with nice airflow. It's fine. So that's what I did. And this trailer home, this first one that we did, actually has a nice little back porch as well. That is the only trailer home with a back porch to it. So yeah, they're lucky. The cat person is lucky in that sense. They have a little back porch, which I thought was really cute. And then over here, this is the second one that we're decorating, and I tried to go the opposite route for this one when it comes to the style and color scheme. This one I wanted to make look a lot more renovated. So it's probably still an older trailer home, but they just kind of went through and renovated the whole thing. Because I was thinking that this would be for a younger couple who have a toddler, no, not a toddler, an infant. I keep calling the toddlers, here I go. I keep calling the infants toddlers. It's so annoying. Like, for some reason, the word infants, it doesn't stick in my brain. So whenever I try to talk about infants, I call them toddlers and I have to correct myself. But yes, I was thinking that this was a younger couple. They just purchased this trailer home a little bit ago. And then they went through and renovated it. It's still very basic. I was thinking that they didn't have the largest budget for this renovation, but they made the most of their money. They put in like new flooring, they put in a new kitchen, they probably just like changed the entire floor plan. I don't know if that's even possible with trailer homes. Maybe it's not, but I get it. This is The Sims and we can just kind of do whatever we want and make it work in our brain. So that's kind of what I was doing for this one as well. But yeah, they definitely renovated this place a little bit. They put in some new floorboards, they painted the walls, and it's very fresh and light and neutral. I use a lot of neutral tones in this one, and it feels very light and bright to me. I used some gray in here to kind of like tone it down, like all the creamy tones. So that's what I did, but I feel like this one turned out really, really cute, and I was fiddling around with the floor plan for this one for a little bit there. I didn't leave all of that in the video because it definitely took me a while, but I think that this one actually works out nicely. It's a large like, well, it's not large, but like it's an open floor plan where you kind of just like walk straight into the dining, living, kitchen situation. There's a little bit of an entryway space there, but basically the dining table is right there. And I don't know, I really like the vibe of this one. I feel like it looks very friendly, if that makes sense, and a little bit more family friendly too, which makes sense because they do have a small baby, a small infant. Yes, that took me a little bit to think of the word, but yes, that's an infant. And I also put a high chair by the table, of course, and then I went through and decorated the kitchen. I don't know, I just, compared to the previous trailer, I think I like this one more. I'm not sure actually, because there is something in The Sims about decorating or creating older, more rundown houses, more outdated little houses that in real life I would be like, I hate it here, I want to renovate it. But in The Sims, I just love it. The same goes for like moldy little apartments with stains on the wall and stains on the floor. There's something about it that I just really enjoy in The Sims. It's so odd, but it's a lot of fun. It's probably because it's just very realistic. I don't know, maybe it just looks very lively. I'm not sure what it is about moldy places, but I enjoy it. But if I had to pick one to live in, I think I'd pick this one. I also actually built one of these trailer homes on a diagonal, and that one was a pain to furnish. I regret putting it on a diagonal. It looks cute from the exterior because it just like adds a little bit of like shape to what the lot in its entirety looks like, if that makes any sense. But decorating a place that's built entirely on a diagonal is so annoying because it messes with the size proportions. Placing a kitchen on a diagonal is not fun. It's not great. I did make it work. I did not record that one, but I will obviously show it to you at the end of the speed build. But here you can see that we have the parents' room. I continued the very neutral tones in here, and I am obsessed with this chair in the corner. This chair is from Horse Ranch, and I just really like how it sits in the corner. I could see this being like a thrifted little chair that they sanded down and repainted, something like that, and they put it in the corner, or maybe that's an old chair that was left behind in the trailer when they first purchased it and they decided to keep it instead of throwing it out. That sort of a thing is kind of what I was imagining, but for the rest, it's a very basic color scheme. I feel like it would suit a lot of Sims households. And it's very easy to adjust. You can very easily go through and just like change out the colors, like the swatches for items that are already there. I feel like it's pretty easy to do. And then over here we have the infant's bedroom, and I like this one too. It's very small, but I feel like for a single infant, or even like up to a teenager for that matter, I feel like the shape is pretty good. It's obviously a cramped bedroom, but what do you expect? Like it's a trailer home, so I feel like the bedrooms are always going to be a little bit cramped, but I love creating cramped small spaces in The Sims. I've talked about this a lot. I really enjoy it. But for an infant, I mean, they're super small, so they still need a lot of space because they like crawl around and things and they play with toys, but I feel like there's enough space for that in this room, and I think it turned out super cute. And I placed a cute little wall decal, of course, in the room as well. And then they have a tiny little front porch where I just put a welcome mat and a little plant and a stool. But that's basically it for the speed build. So let's jump into the game and I'll show you the trailer park in real time. So here we have the trailer park in the game. It is all nice and snowy. We have the beautiful Christmas tree here sitting out front and the ice skating rink. Let's have Kyle skate around for a little bit. I'm using Kyle as a playtester sim. I thought he would be perfect for a trailer park. Excuse you, would you please listen to me? Okay, I think he's coming over. Perfect. Anyway, over here we have the first trailer home, which is the one I decorated for the cat person. I love how this one came together. It's very cozy and the colors are soft. I love the green carpet. It's so 90s and I think it's just perfect. So a nice living room space over here with a Christmas tree, of course. The small kitchen kitchen. We were also thinking that this person would be very much into baking, so that's why we placed these little knickknacks in the kitchen. There is a dining table over here. They have their bedroom, which is pretty basic, but I wanted to make sure that everything was accessible, so I left enough space to route around the bed basically. And then over here is the bathroom with a toilet against the vent. I know it makes no sense, but it is what it is, okay? It's fine. Is Kyle skating? Oh my goodness, there he goes. Oh, he's pretty good. Look at him go. He's doing an amazing job. Kyle, I'm proud of you. You're doing great. Now on to the second one, which I didn't record. The ones I didn't record, I tried to keep very simple, ready to move in, and hopefully on the cheaper side of things so that you don't necessarily have to cheat for money to be able to afford the furniture when you decide to rent one of these units. So this one, I tried to keep it very, very simple so you can add in more details yourself basically. But this one's also on the darker side, also still that same 90s vibe to it. I was really enjoying that, so I thought I'd continue that in this second trailer. But there is a nice spacious kitchen and a dining table, a cute living room over here, and then there is a small hallway leading you into the bedroom. This bedroom has some built-in storage, which I think is really nice, and then a small bathroom as well, which is very simple and basic, but I do think that's a nice trailer. And then this one over here is the one I built on a diagonal, and let me tell you, it was a pain. I managed to figure it out, but oh my goodness, this kitchen took me a little bit. I have some counters that are like overlapping and stuff because, like I said, the diagonal walls really mess with the size proportions, but I made it work, kept it very simple. We just have a nice kitchen over here, a dining table, and then a bookcase in the back, and then a very small living room space over here. Then this is also a one bedroom. It feels more spacious, but I wasn't really able to put in more than one bedroom for this one. It was really not working out for me, so I decided to just do one bedroom. And then they also have a bathroom in here, of course, as well. Then this fourth unit is the one I decorated in the video, so this one's a lot more detailed. There is a nice entryway space here with a dining table, also a high chair for the infant, a nice modern but basic kitchen in here, nicely renovated with some clutter on the shelf. There is a bookcase in the back, and I decided to put in a Christmas tree here. I had initially forgotten to put one, but then I decided to place one in the corner anyway, so you can't really reach the bookcase right now, but there's more bookcases in this build, so you should be fine. Also a cute living room space here with a TV and some toys for the little one. Over here is the bathroom. The bathroom is a nice size, actually. I was able to put in a separate shower and tub, which is always nice. So that's what they have. And then over here is the parents' room. Very simple and soft color scheme, very neutral, but I think it turned out really nice. Maybe you could even go for a smaller dresser and put in a desk if you want an office space. But for this house, I did actually put a laptop on the dining table as well. And then over here is the bedroom for the infant, which is really nice. I played around with some softer colors in here, some greens and blues. There's a changing table in here, of course, a bed, and then just the tummy time little rug thingy as well. And then the fifth unit over here is another 2-bedroom one, and I decorated this with a single parent and twins in mind. So this is another family unit. I really like this one as well. It's kind of similar vibes to the previous one, very neutral and a lot of orangey wood tones. So there is a cute living room over here with some toys for the kids and a bookcase, a small dining table, and a nice kitchen. This kitchen's not too small. I really like it. There is a hallway space over here where I was able to put a desk with a computer, which is always nice. Over here is the bathroom. I used the bathroom set from Growing Together in here. I thought it was really nice and modern looking. And then over here is the single parents room. It's very simple. You could definitely add in some more decorations, but I just really tried to keep the clutter to a minimum for these. So a dresser, a mirror, everything you would need. And then over here is the shared bedroom for the twins. So I was definitely thinking of children, as you can see with all these toys and colors going on in the room. There is a bunk bed here, a small dresser, a stuffed animal, and then also a crafting table for some activities. And then they have a toy box in the living room. And then out back here in the corner is an outdoor area for them to play as well. And we also have a really small community garden over here that I thought was cute. But that is basically it for this build. So this cozy trailer park is up on the gallery as a residential rental. It has 5 units and I built it on a 40 by 40 in the world of Brindleton Bay. There is also an unfurnished version of this trailer park on the gallery, so that one has all the exterior done but just not the furnishings for the inside of the units. So if you want to download that one, that is also on my gallery. But that's gonna do it for today's video, so I really hope that you enjoyed this one. You can obviously go ahead and download it off the gallery like I just showed you. My username on the gallery is Simmary Sims. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok if you'd like. My username on there is Simmary Sims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so, and if you want to be notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. I also live stream over on Twitch a few times a week, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/Simmary Sims. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!